So the other day I posted a picture on Instagram of my bag, which is here, that I normally carry, and they made the comment of, and like, let me get into this. This is my office. This is where all the videos are actually edited, and there's a bunch of crap. Revolution crash pad. There's chalk all over the place. There's holes on the floor over here, but this is actually a quick review. Something we've decided to start doing. We're going to do some really quick reviews. Climbers goods. Of stuff that we do get stuff for free. Steve from Hold sent me this t-shirt. I do like this t-shirt, and Matolia sent me a bunch of Holds the other week, and they always send me a baseball hat and a t-shirt. But there's stuff that we actually use on a day-to-day, month-to-month basis that we actually buy. I boulder a lot. Obviously you guys should know that I've been injured, but I also climb a lot of top rope and a lot of lead because of my ankle, because of injuries, and because of general old age. So I picked up something on the spur of the moment that's in my bag of fun that I thought was, well, it's actually two things. One of them is this from Escape Climbing Holds. It says Jeremy's on it. This is their boar hair brush. It's nice and curved. It is one of the best brushes on the market, and I thoroughly recommend you go and get one of these brushes. It's the best brush I've had by far. I have two brushes. One of them's the Metolius M16 brush that I use an awful lot for little small delicate stuff, because it is a brush that was actually made for cleaning M16s. But the one I always carry with me is this one, and I'm going to modify it very soon, and I'm going to put a screw in it, I'm going to put a hole in it and make sure that I can actually hang it off a piece of string and stuff, because I keep losing it and then I keep finding it, and the only reason I keep finding it is because it says Jeremy's on it. The other thing that I've had for a while, and I've been meaning to sit and talk about, you can tell it's been in my bag because it's covered in crap, are these Belay shades. Like I said, it was a spur of the moment thing. I picked them up and I'm like, okay, cool, neck ache, whatever else. Let's see what's going on. They come with some really interesting, they come with a really nice hard case, which is quite good, because these things are like $80-something plus tax and whatever else. They're bloody expensive for a pair of glasses. They also come with a nice bag that they come in with. Blicard, I assume this is the company that actually makes these things, and what you actually get, oops, we'll clean them off, is a pair of glasses, excuse the granny string, that look like this. Basically, putting these on allows you to actually see your climber when they're leading or top roping without actually doing this all the time, so it should actually save your neck. Now, I'll get into one of the things that really annoys me, and some of you might actually know what it actually is. I've not spoken about it, but some of you might actually know what annoys me about this. But let's have a quick read through the thing, because I've not rehearsed this, I've not looked at it, I'm just doing it on the fly. While lead belaying is critical, you view the climber through belay shades. Interesting, I've seen people using these to belay. So, these are great, but only if you're top roping, apparently. Until they've clipped in their protection 3 times. In other words, make sure there's no chance of a ground fall, which is really sage advice, and you should always make sure of that anyway. Let's face it, leading's dangerous, but that's life, and we'll kick it through. While heading to the crag, practice pretend belaying whilst wearing the belay shades in a safe, controlled environment such as home or in a park. Yeah, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Try to keep your head still for the first reviews while learning to use the belay shades. You'll need some time to adjust, like learning a new skill. Take it slow and keep it simple. Admittedly, Yes, I totally agree with this, because there is a complete depth change and a perspective change when you do actually have these shades on. Look straight ahead. Note you may need to stand as far back from the wall to see the climber. Yes, totally true. Belay glasses may not be okay. They're not compatible with your glasses or sunglasses. Don't look into the sun. Okay, cool. Do not store them in extreme heat. All right, fair enough. Always use the eyeglass cord, because they're somewhat top heavy, and we'll talk about this in a second, and they're easy to drop. Please don't. If you're in doubt, belay shades on the tip of your nose. Okay, basically, let's go for the liability. In no event shall belay shades TN or any persons connected to Blicard.com be liable for any direct, indirect. Okay, fine, like nothing. Blah blah blah. Usual warnings, usual crap. Now, many of you have followed me for many years, or at least I hope you have. And I'm not one for wearing granny shades or anything else, but I thought I'll save my neck a little bit and I'll buy a pair of these. So I did. They're expensive, but I tried them. And there's an inherent problem. Like, these are great. They are very top heavy, and they're actually, you know, not the most comfortable thing. You know, they do have like some nice rubber padding on the inside. You know, they are pretty comfortable. You do look like a bit of a twat, but that's life. The problem I have is every time I put these on and I'm using them, I have to turn my baseball hat around, because all I see is the inside of my visor. Now, I am an habitual baseball hat wearer, and I guess I'm complaining because, you know, that's what I do, I guess. But it's a little bit annoying, you know. I'm not gonna, like, I should spare the world my I just got out of the shower a little while ago. I was going for a run. I'm going to spare the world my hair most of the time, because it's a little bit ridiculous. So generally, I end up looking like Kevin Smith, punk, when I'm wearing these. And the problem is even though you're looking straight ahead, you still naturally have a tendency to look up. And when you look up, oh sorry, and you're wearing a baseball hat, you do kind of actually catch the back of your neck, which is kind of annoying. But overall, these are actually a pretty good item. This is like a super quick, here's a video review, here we go. Like, when I pick up products that I like or dislike, probably more dislike, I'm gonna just quickly go through and say, hey, these are great. They're heavy, they're expensive, they're a pain in the ass to clean. They do give you a little bit of a weird depth perception when you actually first put them on, and because you can't, when your climber's going, you know, it's weird. It's like, oh, you're belaying, so you're belaying your lead climber, so you're gonna be like this, making sure your climber's fine, and then going to the belay, going to the wall, and making sure the ropes out of the way, and then you're gonna have to take your hand, you know, you still keep it locked, put it through, and then you have this weird depth perception thing, because they're up 3 clips and not got a ground fall. You have this weird change of depth perception, which is a little bit unnerving until you really get used to it. Same thing for when people are top roping. Although top roping, you know, no one's really going to ground fall, but you still have to, like, be careful and make sure everyone's fine. So when you've got them on, what I end up doing is belaying and watching my climber over the top of the glasses until they get far enough ahead of me, and then I end up going backwards, or just bringing my head up, and then actually, like, maybe moving back so that I can't see them. And it's a little bit weird. They do take some actual use to get used to them. They're good. I can't say much bad about them, apart from I know that there is a company that will remain unnamed, that is probably coming out with some stuff like this fairly soon, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing those, because I'm hoping they can actually make them, whoops, and yeah, I just did that and, like, lost the string on it, so the keeper string is crap. Yeah, there's some other stuff coming. There's other companies that do make these, and I'm sure that over time I'll break these, lose these, or you know, forget about them, which is probably more the case, and then end up buying another pair. But this is my first pair of Belay glasses. They're not perfect by any way, shape or form, but they are actually pretty good for your neck because you're not straining and you're not looking up for hours on end. Because when I go to the gym and I'm running endurance on top ropes or leading, I'm generally climbing for 3 or 4 hours before I get tired and I want to go home. So, you know, when I'm doing that and my partner's doing that, I end up looking up a lot, and I do pull these out of my bag, which is, right now it has a chalk bag, a harness, a gree-gree, an ATC, 4 wrenches, 2 pairs of shoes. Apparently I have a pair, like, I have this in my bag for some reason, and a bunch of other stuff. Like, you know, my bag's quite heavy, and these aren't light. They do take up some space, but I have a pretty big courier bag for my climbing stuff. I don't know if I would recommend these glasses. They're different. I've used them for 6 months. They do save some kind of neck pain, but not enough. I didn't have a neck problem, so not enough for me to actually notice a difference between the two things. So I may have misspent $80 or $90 on those things, but you know, if you've got neck problems or you're like really climbing all the time, go look at the Belay shades. They may work for you, they may not. It's up to you to decide. But you know what? This is a quick product review. My problem is I have to turn my baseball hat backwards. Other than that, apart from them falling off my nose all the time, and I've got a big nose, apart from them falling off my nose all the time, they're actually pretty good and they're pretty fun. So check them out, or you know, borrow mine if you see me around the crag. Have a good one. Peace.